I don't want to take away any of your shine, but we have one of your teammates joining us right now. His name, number 7 for the Seattle Sounders, is Cristian Roldan. What's up, Cristian Roldan? Great to see you. Congratulations on winning the CONCACAF Champions League. Now, I know this is our podcast, me, Heath, and Charlie, but I'm going to give Jordan the opportunity to ask you a question, Cristian, about last night's performance. Take it away, J-Mo.
Oh, man, I should have come prepared.
What do you got for Cristian? I know you just saw him. You might even be like next to each other, not too far away, but anything special for Cristian? Give us some insight.
About the performance yesterday.
Yeah, sure. Like Cristian, why didn't you pass me the ball when I was wide open? You know, one of those types of questions.
What do you guys think? Was that ball he tried to play me in the second half? Was that more, you think I could have gotten there? Or do you remember that one when he played a ball through and the keeper came out for it?
Yeah, I mean, Cristian, you got to take a little bit off of it. You know that trick's a little tricky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tried to play it to his foot a little bit hard. May have played it too far in front of him. My intention was honestly to hit his foot and let him take a touch, past the defender. But maybe in the game I was a little bit emotional, telling him, stick out your foot a little bit more.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing. Yeah, I would have said, "Oh, my bad, man. I thought you were faster." My bad.
That was my fault. Yeah, exactly.
I'm with Jordan. I'll be like, man, play to my feet.
Exactly, bro.
All right, so do this for me, J-Mo, before we let you go. We appreciate your time and congratulations again. What's your favorite part about Cristian Roldan's game?
He never stops. I think he's a guy that is always works for the team, incredibly selfless, and I almost said selfless. And he just has an unbelievable engine. So he brings so much to our group, and we're lucky to have him.
All right, now, Cristian, let's just pretend that J-Mo's not here. What's your favorite part about J-Mo's game? And be honest.
For me, it's his ability to change the game with his pace, but his timing. His timing is everything, and we've seen it it's gotten better over the last couple years. His connection with Nico and making runs off the ball, that people don't see it. People don't get to appreciate the amount of runs that he makes, and sometimes he gets the ball and sometimes he doesn't, but it creates so much space for guys like myself and Nico in the pockets, and really just his selfless running helps our team so much. So I appreciate you, Jordan.
Listen, I'm feeling all warm and fuzzy inside.
I know, me too, man.
Guys getting after. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
hopefully you get on the golf course and make sure you hit them straight. I heard that's a good tip to have when you're playing golf.
That's the tough part for me, but thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have
Jordan
a good
Morris,
one.
everybody. All right, let's focus on Cristian. Cristian, congratulations. How important was it for Seattle to win this competition and to be the first MLS club to win the CONCACAF Champions League? Because you guys have been circling around it for a while, obviously had domestic success, but this is a very big deal, my friend.
Yeah, no one can take this away from us, and I think that's the beauty about making history. We're obviously extremely grateful for the support that we got. I mean, without our crowd, each and every home game in CCL, we're not winning the final without them. So, number one, grateful, and no one can take away that bit of history, and it's extra special being the first to do something.
All right, Cristian, I got a question for you. You're obviously part of this contingent that within the national team, and I spent, I would say, the majority of my career playing in Major League Soccer. That's part of this lumped in group of players that play domestically that don't get the respect of the other players playing abroad, or some of the younger players playing abroad. Is that a motivator for you with regard to how you play with the club team? You're constant kind of proving that you should be in the national team pool, the performances that you're putting in with the national team. Is that something that you're aware of, having to sort of carry on your shoulders that you're a domestic player when sort of the sexy thing right now is to be a player abroad?
It doesn't necessarily motivate me because
you're always motivated.
Because I mean, my role with the national team, it's sometimes You know, I wish I could play more, and I feel like it can make an impact. But, you know, I feel like I'm making an impact. I'm in training, busting my butt, you know, working extremely hard, helping out the starters when I need to, creating a winning environment, a competitive training session, and really helping the team move forward. And that's what motivates me. I want to see the field, and you know, I'm doing everything possible, both you know, with the club and when I'm with the national team, and hopefully, you know, Greg and the rest of the coaching staff, the players, you know, appreciate what I do, and you know, I'll continue to do so if they continue to call me in, man. I'm really happy to be there, but also I'm motivated to help the national team moving forward.
You're only 26 years old. It feels like you've been playing for like 10 years,
Yeah,
15
no joke.
years. How have you grown as a player with the Sounders and with the U.S. men's national team?
Yeah, I had an interview the other day, I think, and I talked about this briefly, was understanding my strengths and
Mhm.
and not playing out of what I'm good at. You know, creating overloads, third man running, timing, running in behind. Those are things that you know, I would say I'm good at. You know, maybe playing 1v1 is something that I'm not great at. You know, so I kind of avoid those situations by, you know, creating overloads and making third man runs, you know, early crosses. So
1-2s, yeah.
exactly. So just understanding my strengths and reading the game, based on what I think I'm decent at, and you know, I think that maturity and the level of commitment I have towards, you know, watching film has helped me quite a bit. But and I'm happy that we were able to get that win.
Just
Now,
just
yeah,
curious.
go ahead, go for it.
Where does this win rank for you in turn? You've won MLS Cups. Now this is the first ever to do it. Where on the totem pole is this? The pecking order?
Yeah, this is top of the list for me, man.
Ooh,
This is
okay,
the
let's
cherry on top,
go.
man. This is the cherry on top because number one, you know, like you mentioned, history. You know, being part of history is special. Number two, my brother wasn't really part of 2019 when we won, so doing it with him, you know, alongside him was really special. I think for myself and my family. And lastly, you know, we went to Mexico City and we were down 2-0, and to
Mhm.
come back like that and you know, get that 2-2 draw and put ourselves in a really good spot to come home and get a result. And the way the game went, winning 3-0, man, it really was the cherry on top of everything.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you scored 5 straight goals, which I think really speaks to the way you guys can adapt to any situation. It really speaks to a lot of the qualities in your team. Now, let's have some fun. You get to go to the FIFA Club World Cup, which is the first time an MLS team will ever participate. Would you rather face Liverpool or Real Madrid, Cristian Roldan?
Wow, I mean the resilience that Real Madrid has right now is crazy, and they're a scary team to go 1-0 up, 2-0 up. It seems like, but honestly, Liverpool for me would be a dream come true because
Don't tell me you're a Liverpool
Listen,
supporter.
listen, I want to see Cristian Roldan versus Thiago. I want that. Not that I don't want to see him against Modric and Kroos and Casemiro, but I want to see you out there against Fabinho and Thiago. I think that would be sick.
No, for me, it's because they're in a great run of form, man. You want to play against the best, the very best, and I think Liverpool right now is so dang good right now.
You know, I want to talk a little bit about your relationship with your brother. Obviously, coming out of World Cup qualifying, what was that like competing against him with the family, the dynamic? You know, was there ever a moment in your young career that you were thinking, where does my sort of, I don't want to say loyalty because it can lie in multiple places, but where do I want my future? You know, how close am I connected to the other? I believe you had 2 other national teams you could have played for, right? With Guatemala and El Salvador. What was that opportunity like? And you know, obviously the cameras are following you after the game. The moment you're talking to your brother and stuff. What was that like? And now having a chance to win this title must be kind of a wild journey to be playing together and to play against each other and all that. So just walk us through sort of that dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, first and foremost, you know, I've always thought the world of my brother as a player. and I always believed in him, and I'm glad that the Sounders believed in him because he's played in very big games, and his career has taken off in 2 years essentially. Um, so it's great to see him continue to play well and adjust and adapt and play a position that he basically inherited out of nowhere. So for me, that I'm so happy for him. Secondly, man, what a treat it is to play alongside him, but play against him, man. I think we were the first ever brothers to play in a World Cup qualifying game together or against each other.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I think that's really special. Again, we talk about history, so no one will ever take that away from us, Roldans over here. But it was a battle in El Salvador, and the way they embraced me was fantastic. And I'm so happy to be part Salvadorian, part Guatemalan, and obviously from the United States as well.
Hey, Cristian, real quick follow up on that. You mentioned the trajectory of your brother because for the longest time it was Cristian Roldan and he's got this brother, right, that also plays. But it wasn't held in the regard of like Cristian and Alex. Now it's a different dynamic, at least in the way that we speak about, not this national team player that has his brother that plays professionally, but like this guy who was leading El Salvador, one of the best players on the team, and his brother Cristian. I mean, have you noticed that trajectory shift, or was it ever a developmental thing, or just finally having the opportunity to prove how good he is?
Yeah, I think finally having the opportunity to show, it's difficult sometimes to come into a game, maybe when we rotate midweek and you're playing at left mid, and you're on the road and you're defending and you can't really showcase yourself. But when you become a starter and you play games and you continue to gain confidence and momentum each and every week because you're playing 90 minutes, man, you can really see if a player is going to make it or not. And Alex, I think when he was given that chance, he really took it and took it with stride. So and I have seen that shift. He's the copy, he's the man.
Ay, ay, ay.
He's eating all the pupusas over there, man. They're treating him like royalty.
He's got that swagger when he comes in the locker room now.
Yes, sir.
So, you're looking at your squad right now. I feel like every time the Sounders step on the field, superior. You will win the game if everyone's playing well. The depth is crazy for an MLS roster. It's almost rare. How do you feel moving forward throughout this year? I know the next game is going to be a little tough coming off of this emotional high, but when you're looking at the season, is this another year that you expect to win MLS Cup, that you expect to be in a final, that this is a group that can win Supporters Shield? Is the confidence as high as it is as you win a CCL?
Absolutely. I mean, I think we have to create high standards. And I think that's why we have been successful, because we create these high standards. We create these goals that are sometimes very difficult to reach. And the reality is, I think, if all goes well, we have a good shot. But um, we're struggling right now in the league, and that's a reality. So we have to get back into it. But the depth that we have is incredible, and we'll see it throughout the year, even with Open Cup games coming up. I mean, you name it. There's so many games to be played in the next 2 months, and I'm ready to see what our team can do and how we can bounce back within the league.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are too worried about what you guys do. You always find a way to get a run and then make it deep into the playoffs and get a spot in the final. Now, Cristian, before we let you go, appreciate your time as well. Congratulations again. We gave Jordan an opportunity to tell us how he decompresses. He says he likes to play golf, even though he's not very good at it. I see a little video game setup you got going there.
You see the Xbox right there?
I see it.
Yeah, that's not a little gaming setup.
That's a proper setup. It's like Alphonso Davies, Sergio Aguero, Chicharito. He's ready to go. Like, what's your game of choice, and is that what you like to do to decompress?
Man, it was Fortnite, but I've had to grow up just a little bit within the last couple of months. Now having a dog and stuff, but now I guess I use this to watch YouTube videos on golf and how I can get better at golf. So I'm right there with Jordan.
Nice. Well, Cristian, again, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations, continued success with both club and country, and we look forward to having you again on the show very, very soon.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
I'm not buying that YouTube, by the way.